think the government is on the Keys Archipelago?
My group right here doesn't think that the government belongs on the Keys Archipelago because a place for everything and everything in its place is that the government doesn't belong there, so it can't be in its place. Because, like, if the government does, like, we think that the government doesn't belong there, so it's not in its place.
Okay.
So if the criminals are stealing and hurting people, then they would be brought to justice. And the government has to pick if they have to be brought to justice.
Yeah, like the government could say if they're guilty or if they're
Or
if they can go.
if it's a bad enough thing for them to go to justice.
But if it's a central island, on heads, the government should be on the central island.
But why do you think it says, who do you think is the people that can be in the off limits? I'm just asking. Who do you think can be in the off limits?
The people.
Can you read exactly what that says?
It says, by the rules, some places on the keys are off limits, but to all but a select few.
So the government could decide the few that could go into the places.
And he could go if he
Yeah,
wants
and
to.
the government.
So that's my question.
So you're saying that the government
But
could be the select
The
few.
detectives could be the select few.
And also, why would they be brought to justice if there's no government?
Archipelago.
Saying just because of a select few is because some detectives think that some other people might do something bad. But that's why they say select few. Because they want some people to go so
Yeah,
to prove that
It
they're
could
not.
be the library.
I know, but the government. Criminals also do stealing and hurting people.
and
It could be
So they would be brought to justice,
It should be
and the government has to pick.
to find anyone breaking the rules. Star Wars searchers are always on the case to find anyone breaking the rules, mostly the big ones, so they could be brought to justice. So if they're finding them, to bring them to justice. Star Wars
So where is
searchers.
justice?
Justice is like a court. A court.
And
yeah.
I think so. Go ahead.
But you just mentioned that you just said one thing about what if the detectives.
The Star Wars searchers are always going to.
But you said
The
just
Star
said you just said the detectives could be the government.
No, we didn't. Yes, you did.
And then but even if the detectives were government, it would still be a government at the Keys Archipelago.
Well, wait.
Jordan,
Well, I think they're the same for the off limits part.
it has to be
We
something your
think
group
for the
thinks.
Off limits part. Well, they're saying select few because they might find some clues and find the people that match it. Then they would pick the people that don't match any of the clues they found. That's what they're saying for the select few.
Okay, Thomas and then Elijah.
Why do you think there's so many rules? The government makes all the rules, so...
Exactly.
Well,
I was just going to say that.
Well,
The government
Don't
makes all
interrupt
the
him.
rules. The government
Please.
makes all the rules. So there has to be a government on the Keys Archipelago. That's
who
a
else-
big,
Oh, excuse me.
huge.
Why do you think the government isn't on the Keys Archipelago if there aren't so many rules? Doesn't the government make all the rules?
Yeah, he makes all the rules.
He?
yeah, but it says that
Why would you think there'll be so many rules if the government wasn't there?
because the Star Wars searchers could always you never know the Star Wars searchers could make all those rules because they're on the case to find anyone breaking the rules, and that's why they could probably be the person to make all the rules. So the Star Wars
I know, but
searchers.
he might tell the government, and that's happening.
Who's he?
So he might. So the government might. Tell to everyone.
But who's he when you say he?
The government.
No, but the government is only.
They found the rule.
Okay. Could be.
Also, they tell to the government, and tells it to everyone.
I
Makes
think-
like it's fine.
It's your group has to think it.
We think that the government lives on heads the Keys Archipelago because it's the central island and it could probably look over all the other islands.
You have something to say?
But the stalwart searchers could have made like all those things because
What
they're
are
hard
things?
work. All those, the museums, the rules, the libraries,
Because they're
the
always
schools, and because they're hard working, and like because stalwart searchers are always on the case to find anyone breaking the rules, and it has rules in it. Anyone breaking the rules.
They're
so
on,
they
they're
can
on the
make
move
rules.
to try and find people that break the rules.
So they could like
Jordan, did you want to add something?
because
Yeah.
we'll say like sleuth on like the best sleuth on Coin World.
So, what if there's like a wizard making these rules?
Because she's
What
good
they
at that.
can be? A wizard might be telling the detectives and the stalwart searchers for these cases.
So you think the detectives and stalwart searchers are reporting back to the wizards
Yes.
Yeah.
and not government?
No, because there's no government in it. We think our group
Yeah.
thinks. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it hasn't said like any government words in it. Yeah, so like it says a place for everything and everything in its place. Like what I said, that the government doesn't have a place for it. Like because
I understand what you're saying.
because there's no more like a place for everything and everything in its place. And like what happens if people know a lot about it a lot, and then there's no more room for the government to come.
but like if you say that the detectives would make the rules, how would the rules get approved?
Go ahead.
Well, they might report to the wizard about these rules, and he might agree or agree not.
But there might be like there's like how it says mostly the big ones so they can be brought to justice. The wizard might be bad, and then this because it says the stalwart searchers are always on the case to find anyone breaking the rules, and the wizard could be bad because it says a wizard could spend their whole life solving these mysteries, and it says so they can be brought to justice. The detectives or stalwart searchers could be the ones who are making the rules, or the wizard. You know how it says a wizard could spend their whole life solving these mysteries. So it might be bad one, or it could be a good one, but it's probably a bad one, because the stalwart searchers or the detectives
Can I ask?
could make them so the wizard could be brought to justice.
Wait. Can I just want to clarify. I want to make sure I understand. Are you saying that when the detectives and sleuths are looking for people that are breaking the rules, they're looking for people that are breaking the rules against what the wizard wants? So when they are being brought to justice,
No, like the sleuth, the detectives, the stalwart searchers are always on the case to find anyone breaking the rules, mostly the big ones. So like the wizard could spend her whole life solving these mysteries. Like they could find the stalwart searchers and the detectives wherever they are, so she can bring them to justice. Maybe because the wizard is bad, so maybe they could so she can make the stalwart searchers and the detectives go to so they can be brought to justice.
Wait, but you said maybe the wizard could make the rules, but how do you know the wizard is in charge and the wizard isn't the government?
Well, because
how do you know the wizard's not the government?
it could be you never know, it could be a good wizard or a bad wizard. So if it's a bad wizard, because you know how it says a wizard could spend their whole life solving these mysteries.
What are these mysteries, though? These mysteries are what?
Because it says of libraries and dangerous magic. magic. So it could be the dangerous magic she's doing. And then
Okay, let them, go ahead. Look at them, you're speaking.
Wouldn't you think that the government would not let anybody go there because of the dangerous magic and the dinosaurs and the dragons?
no, but I think that she's making all these bad things because maybe she has like a medicine like that won't let her get anything to like get her.
Like an anecdote, antidote or whatever.
And like, so she,
I find the rules and bring it to bring the information and to the government, and the government might speak it out to everyone.
Do we follow rules? Are the citizens that are living here in the United States, we follow rules, right?
yeah.
Okay. Do you live in the same place as wherever our government lives?
No.
Do detectives live here to try and help keep our area safe? And when people break rules, the government helps to solve those crimes and find those people that are making bad choices? Do we have detectives that live in our area?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yes, we do. Detectives live in our area.
Well, maybe not. Maybe they're all over where we are.
But listen,
not where the heads.
but let me make my
Keys
point.
Archipelago.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point. We have to follow rules that are made by the government.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we live in the place that the government lives or where the government is located.
I know, but at the same
What government makes the rules, Elijah?
what government makes them?
Yeah, what government makes the rules?
Donald Trump.
Okay, do you live in the same place as Donald Trump? Do you live in the same place?
No, Donald Trump lives in the White House.
Well, I want you to, that's something, we're gonna be to be continued, but I want you to think about that. That is some food for thought. I want you to think about that, and this will be continued, to be continued. Okay, say thanks and bye.
Bye.